Hey spiritual family, Dr. Empath here with the Pick a Card reading. I am so excited to do this reading for you all. We are pushing past March. It's been rough, I know. It has been a pretty crazy situation right now with the coronavirus, and I just want to say peace and light and love and light to all of my family and friends on this channel that are struggling. You will get through this. We will all be here for you. We are all praying for you. We are all sending you lots of love, lots of light. And so now it's time to think about April, and we are gonna only have good vibes only over here, good vibes only. And we are going to talk more about the month of April now. And so now that we are pushing to April, we're gonna see what type of energy we got here. And so we do have three choices that you can make. We have the first choice of Tiger's Eye, then we have the second choice here of Fluorite, and then we have another third choice of Amethyst. And so we are going to look at these three deck of cards. You are going to breathe in and breathe out, and breathe in good energy, breathe out any stress, negativity, or anxiety that you have. And so we are only going to breathe good vibes, good energy, and really connect with our higher self so that we can choose which card is for you. So once again, deck number 1, deck number 2, deck number 3, deck number 1 being Tiger's Eye, deck number 2 being Fluorite, deck number 3 being the Amethyst. Take your time. If you need to pause this video, do so. Connect to your higher self. If you are connected with more than one, then you can choose more than one. I used to think that we couldn't choose more than one. I had to choose that one. And sometimes your higher self is saying, no, you have two things going on right now. Two different types of energy, and you need to bring those two together. So only go through what you think is best for you. So take a second, take a deep breath, meditate if you need to. Think about what it is that you are connected to, and choose the deck of cards or the beautiful, gorgeous crystal hearts that resonates the most with you. All right, spiritual family. So we are going to go with deck number 1 first, which is the Tiger's Eye. We are going to discuss what is your energy, what is your vibe going to be in the month of April. And so we are going to look at that now. So the first thing we'll do is these cards here. Okay, so first off, let's just start off with the Five of Pentacles. And so the Five of Pentacles kind of talks about the energy of really having to get through some hard stuff. You're going to kind of go through a little bit of some difficult things, but you are going to shed light on those things and kind of push through any of those hard times that you are feeling. Especially, I think it's going to come from like the month of March. You're kind of just going to sprinkle through the month of March and have some other energies that you are trying to release, some negativity, whether it be just from the things that happened in the previous months. The Chariot, which is, I love this card. It's so pretty. The Chariot card, which represents just a time where you need to be courageous and really master in your emotions. So when you think about mastering your emotions, you think about really staying in tune with yourself, being courageous, and making some decisions that you probably need to just make. I think that's the reason why it says like you're gonna go through some little bit of hard things. I think it's more deciding to make some choices and deciding to kind of let go and kind of get rid of the things that just don't serve you anymore. And so with the Four of Wands, when we look at the Four of Wands here, it pretty much just represents having just a period of time where you are going to have some good fortune. And I think it's the good fortune is going to come through because you're going to take away from certain things. You're going to get rid of some of the things that just don't serve you anymore. And so once you do that, a lot of things are just going to come into fruition for you. And then we look into the Ace of Pentacles, and with the Ace of Pentacles, and it is reversed. And so when you look at the reversal of the Ace of Pentacles, it kind of just talks about like falling through with some financial opportunities and Your goals may not manifest as quickly as you want them to be. And that's part of, I think, some of the hardships that are going to come along, just having to kind of shed some things. And some of that might be some financial situations that kind of have to just kind of get rid of, in a sense. But then, you know, you do have the Page of Cups here. And with the Page of Cups, that can kind of represent a few things. And so the Page of Cups kind of talks about just having, you know, a touch of intuition and being more in tune with your own emotions, and making sure that when you're in tune with your emotions, that you are going to really push through some of these things that are going to happen in the month of April. And then we have here, when we look at here, the swords, and this is the Seven of Swords. And when you look at the Seven of Swords, it is reversed, and it just talks about just having some mental challenges, but accepting what it is and breaking free from those things. And so, like I said, like, there are going to be some little bit of a challenge. There's going to be some challenges to kind of that you're going to be faced with, but you are going to push through, and you are going to feel courageous enough to make those decisions, and it's going to feel good. And that's why you still have this beautiful card of the Four of Wands, where you're kind of, once you make those decisions, life is going to feel a little bit lighter. So then you also have the Queen of Pentacles, and with the Queen of Pentacles, you kind of look at, in a sense, just the energy of really tuning into yourself and really kind of giving it some thought on mastering some of the things that need to just be taken care of. And then also just looking at your divine abilities and being able to multitask and just handle your business. That's really what it is about the month of April for you all. You guys are going to be handling your business, okay? Handle that business, take care of those things, really dig deep and think about, okay, what is not serving me anymore? It's got to go. Some things just have to go. And so when you look at also the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Wands also talks about really kind of stepping in and just really understanding that these obstacles and delays are going to happen, but the patience of working those through is going to really make you successful and really getting to that place that you need to be in the month of April. And so, like, looking towards like the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles kind of talks about just really stepping into that that feeling of kind of just getting rid of all that mess that you just need to kind of just let go of. You need to be a little more self-disciplined, and that's where the self-discipline, and when we talk about the Chariot, being courageous, right? So when you're being courageous, making sure that you're also saying, like, I'm going to stay disciplined in making these decisions. I'm not going to go backwards. I'm only going to move forward. And the only way you can really truly move forward is by really making those hard decisions and not kind of second guessing yourself, staying within your intuition. With the Two of Cups, that's kind of what we're in some ways kind of saying, like, you have to really focus on what's going to keep you successful and what is going to give you the things that you need in order to grow, in order to elevate. This is all about elevation at this point. That's what these cards are saying. You need to elevate. And when you elevate, something's got to go. You can't take everything with you. When you get on that boat, not everything can come with you. Sometimes you have to leave some stuff behind. Let's move on to these cards. Yes. So for anybody that is thinking about a question, maybe some of you were thinking about a question while you were choosing this gorgeous tiger's eye. If you had a question, your answer was yes. Okay. And then the initiation, rites of passage, crossing the threshold. You are going to cross over into a different part of you. You really are. And if you just have to stay in it and stay focused and really kind of stay in the moment of realizing that all these things that are going on in the month of April are setting you up for what's to come in the month of May. Looking over to hope, having hope. Your loved ones in the spirit world know that you need to they need to reach out to you when you're at your lowest point. You might feel a little low, but you have to have hope. You may feel a little low because it's just like one thing after the next, and it's like, dang, can I get a break? I'm continuously having to like in some ways release all these things that don't serve me, but it's like, dang, how many things don't serve me? You know what I mean? And so, but you have to also remind yourself to have hope, because what it's doing is it's getting rid of the things, so that way you have a clear path to greatness. Intuitive nudges. Intuition is the language of the soul. I said that. I said making sure that you follow your intuition, making sure that you follow yourself, your higher self, connecting with God, making sure that you're realizing like, okay, it's only about following what's the right path for me. Because at this point, certain things just have to go. Okay, we have this beautiful owl. Your ancestral spirit guides are offering your guidance now. So pay close attention to the signs and the omens from them. So as you can see there, like making sure that you are following your signs. Follow the signs that really are like, ooh, okay, it's got it. I need to keep going. You need to make sure that you're in tune though. If you are not following your higher self, if you're not staying in tune and cleansing yourself and making sure you're staying aligned, you're going to have a harder time listening and hearing those signs. And so you have to kind of almost get rid of some of the negative energy, get rid of the things that don't serve you, so you can have a better direction connection to your higher self, so you can actually read the signs correctly. And then you have the octopus here, which is practicing your shape shifting and altering your physical appearance and mannerisms. Once again, it's just talking about taking things that just don't serve you, moving forward, starting to shape shift yourself. So basically saying, who do I want to be? What do I want to represent? What do I want in my life? And then looking like, which things do not show that, do not exemplify that, do not help me with that, they gotta go. And so it's time to kind of do some deep digging and thinking about what is it that you want for yourself. And that's why looking at the bigger picture, you really have to look at the bigger picture. When you look at the bigger picture, it really helps you determine where you're going to be and like who you want to be for yourself. I mean, if you have one aspect of your life, like let's say drinking, for instance, you like to have a few drinks every day, but you're trying to, let's say at the end of the night, you're always trying to make sure that you meditate at the end of the night. Does it make sense for you to drink right after work? Does it make sense for you to drink at night if you're going to try to meditate at night? It doesn't go together. So that doesn't serve you anymore. Drinking at night doesn't serve you anymore. And so when you're looking at that and you're asking yourself, what does not serve me? That's what we're talking about. What does not serve you anymore, where you're going to have to move forward and move past those things. And so continuing to like look at this, look at the bigger picture, which is the full moon in Sagittarius. It also kind of talks about, and I'm going to read it in here now. I'm actually going to open up this book here and read it to you. Look at the bigger picture. Are you thinking too much about the details of your dilemma? Or perhaps are you being a talk and no action? This card is a reminder that while it's good to think things through, sometimes you need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. What do you see or what do you feel that isn't serving you? What's the most positive thought you can have about it? Now it is time to count your blessings, even if you don't yet have exactly what you want. So some of the affirmations and some of the additional meanings is that this situation may have come around because you have been distracted. You're distracting yourself from other things that just don't serve you anymore. If it doesn't serve you, it needs to go, period. Have you shown that you care? If not, now is the time. Find balance between speaking your mind and saying too much. Be confident without being overconfident to win the day. And then we have here, your dreams need a practical plan. So once again, this kind of comes together. So what it's basically saying is that certain things that you say that you want to do, you're not necessarily doing them because you have all this clutter. When you have so much clutter, you're all over the place. Oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And then you're in a situation where it's like, Dude, you've been touching too many things that aren't even what you're trying to do. Let it go. Get rid of some things that just don't serve you anymore and start really walking the path that you said that you wanted to walk. And so when you're looking at this card here, I'm going to actually read this one for you as well. It says here that your dreams need a practical plan. Sometimes you need to weave a bit of magic, and sometimes you need to be practical, and sometimes you need to find a combination of the two. This card is to suggest that that is where you are right now. You need to use the laws of attraction to draw in what you want, but you need to find balance that with taking down to earth steps towards those goals. This isn't about wishing on the moon and hoping for the best. It's about making something like a list or a bullet point about what you want to achieve in your dreams. So, laziness could explain your current situation. If so, change it and own it. Chasing money doesn't work. You need to chase your dream. Jealousy or envy create negative energy and attracts negativity. And then also you need to, more exercise is called for. That's basically what it's saying. And like, this is all coming together. Pretty much what's going on right now with you, Tiger's Eye folks. You guys need to really remind yourselves that if you really want the things that you want, you need to manifest those things and really think about the laws of attraction. But you're going to attract all this negativity if you have negative energy or a whole bunch of clutter that doesn't serve you. So it's time to get rid of those negative things. It's time to get rid of those things that just don't serve you. And let's move forward with the month of March. Releasing and serving. Releasing and serving and taking care of business and moving forward. So that is your pick a card reading, Tiger's Eye. And I hope that you like it and it really helps you learn how to stay within your purpose and move forward and vibe high. On to number 2. Okay, spiritual family, we are on deck number 2, which is the Fluorite. We are going to move forward to find out what is your energy for the month of April. All right, let's get it. So let's start off with these beautiful cards here. Okay. So for you all, Fluorite family, you guys are starting off with the 8 of Swords. And so for the 8 of Swords, that represents a few things. It kind of just represents really thinking about the things that just you need to kind of take off this blindfold of yours. You're trapping yourselves with some negative thinking, and you're thinking like things are going to happen negatively, and you're just not in your right space. And these are the things that you need to do. Take that blindfold off. Kind of get rid of that negative energy, remove it, take back all your personal power, and really let yourself be free and moving forward. It's time to take the blindfold off. It's time to stop that negative energy, that negative self-talk, and moving forward. And when you look at the star is one of my favorite cards. As you can see, I got the star right here. Reason why is I am an Aquarius. Yes, my sun is Aquarius. And so it is in my first house as well. So yes, I love being an Aquarius. I am also, just to kind of tell you as well, I'm also a Sagittarius moon sign. So, but my energy is all the way to star. So I love the star card. But the star card pretty much just represents all this beautiful energy. And so what it's trying to kind of convey for you all is really just walking within you and really just saying like, I'm blessed. So it's also saying like, once you take off this blindfold, you really need to embrace the new opportunities that are about to happen for you. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is by taking that blindfold off. So if you want these new opportunities, if you want to stay aligned within yourself and radiate this beautiful star energy that you have going on, you really, really, truly need to take that blindfold off and stop that negative self-talk. It's got to go. All right. And so the Supreme card, which is so pretty as well. But the Supreme card, and it is reversed. And so when you look at the Supreme card reversed, it also just means like really looking deep within yourself, really kind of talking about finding your unique powers that you possess. So taking back all that beautiful power that you have. You could be like kind of just lacking just that self, like energetic expansion within yourself. And you kind of feeling a little defeated in a sense, but you just need to stand in your truth. If you stand in your truth, you're going to be fine. You need to remind yourself that you are amazing. You have such a beautiful shine within you, but you have to stop with the negative talk. If you don't stop that negative talk, you're not going to push through in the month of April. All right. And so looking for more, the star card came again. Look at that. Oh, I love when that happens. So when the star card came up again, it is in the reverse. So what it's trying to tell you is like, you need to stand your ground. And right now you're just not. You're not standing in that beautiful energy that you have. My gosh. How are you going to get the star card twice? Okay, like, come on. Get it together. If that wasn't a sign, that's a sign right there. You need to walk within your purpose and really push through and remind yourself how beautiful and how shiny you really are. You have such great parts about you, but you've lost some faith within yourself. Don't lose faith. No negative talk, no second guessing yourself. If you were second guessing yourself, look at these 2 star cards right here. It's telling you right now, okay? And so when we look at this right now, we're looking at the 10 of Swords. And, you know, with the 10 of Swords, it kind of is going into the same energy. You feel like everything is just beyond your control. You are feeling like you have sudden failures. You're looking down on yourself. Fluorite, like my little Fluorite family, like you guys are doing awesome. You're not seeing the bigger picture within yourself. And so when you're looking down on yourself like that, you're not allowing yourself to truly shine. Don't dim your light. There's no need to dim your light because of your own negative self-talk. And so when you look at the Queen of Pentacles here, the Queen of Pentacles pretty much just talks about really like stepping in within yourself and mastering some of those things that just you can master. You have prosperity, you have abundance, but you don't have faith in yourself. And when you don't have faith in yourself, how are you really truly going to walk in your path? Honestly, how will you? How will you really have abundance and prosperity when you don't believe it within yourself? So looking forward to the Sun card here, and the Sun card is actually in the reverse. And so when you're looking at the Sun card, you really want to think about what is it that, what about the positivity that is not coming out for yourself? You need to look on the bright side. You got to look on the bright side. You have to have faith. And also it could mean that you lack some confidence. And so you need to start pulling yourself together and saying like, I got this. This is me. I can do this. There's nothing that I can't handle. And I'm going to push through the month of April and kill it. March, whatever. It's April now. It's time to move forward and move in the energy that really is really you. Okay, and so moving forward to the Six of Wands, when we're looking at the Six of Wands, we have to ask ourselves, you know, how do we move past this, you know? And so when you look at the Six of Wands, it's saying like you have to have strength and you have to push forward and be proud of all the things that you have accomplished and all the things that you've pushed through, because you're still standing, you're still here. And so you have to be proud of the times that you really struggled and you somehow made it on the other side. And then looking at the King of Wands, you know, the King of Wands also represents a new opportunity is coming your way. And so you have to take the blindfold off in order to receive that amazing opportunity that you're about to have. But you can't have it if you're blindfolded, if you can't see it. So you have to take the blindfold off. You got to push forward. You got to tell yourself, let's do this. I have it in me and it's time to move forward. And so looking at this card here, the mountain card means that, yes, it's going to take some time. It's going to be a long hike. Yeah. But guess what? You were made for this. You practiced for this, okay? So when you start climbing, yes, you're going to get tired. Yes, it's going to feel steep. But guess what? When you get to the top of that mountain, you look below and you see all the things that were down there and you see what you've gone through. You're going to feel so blessed that you got to see the end of the road and really being able to just kind of see that all the struggles were for a reason. You were on your way to something. Okay. And then also you have the whip card, and the whip card is a card that pretty much kind of just talks about having some conflict, having some struggles, and having some difficult discussions. And that's okay, because once you do those things, you're releasing some negative energy that's just not serving you anymore. Okay. Share your voice, communicate, talk about those things, express yourself. Don't hold back. It's time to release some of this energy that just doesn't serve you anymore and really take the blindfold off and realize that I am amazing. I am awesome. And some people are going to like almost kind of check you a little bit, but you have to stand your ground and trust the niggle. So trust the niggle means, what is the niggling feeling that is trying to tell you? So what is it that in your gut, in your feelings, what is it trying to tell you? It's time to kind of focus on your intuition and higher self and start really kind of following in alignment with yourself so you can figure out what is it that's not serving you anymore and that you just have to get rid of at this point. A father's love. A father's love for his son or daughter never dies. The strength gained from such love is often unquivocable. In that is taped into any time for whatever reason. Whether your father is still here or past, a father's love is one that is the strongest bond any of us will ever experience. So what it's saying is that father's love is right there for you. You're not alone. You're not alone in this journey. You always have God with you. You always have your spirit guides with you. You always have your angels with you. You have these people, and I'm just feeling them right now. Like, as I said that, they're always watching you and they're always there to support you. So you're never, ever alone. Ancestral wisdom. We are your ancestors, and we love you, and we walk this earth in many years before you. So once again, your ancestors, sorry ancestors, I forgot to say you too, but you are there. You're here to correct me. I'm here too. The ancestors are right next to you, making sure that you walk on that journey and that you just don't feel alone. Then you have the whale. The humpback whale. Music is essential to your healing and well-being, whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening. So for you, Fluorite family, you guys all need to maybe do some music, whether it's writing some music, listening to music, dancing to music, singing in your bathroom, singing in your shower, singing in the car, whatever makes you just feel good inside. Do those things, because that's going to also help you take the blindfold off. You're going to feel stronger. You're going to feel more alive. The Roadrunner. The Roadrunner also talks about keeping your sense of humor and don't take things so seriously. Taking a step back. Once again, once you take that blindfold off, just look at it and just say, you know what? I'm just going to walk in my path. Laugh at the things that just, it's not even worth crying about, right? Just moving forward. And then we talk about these beautiful moon cards here, and it says, nothing will come of this situation. Void of course, moon. So I'm going to actually read what it says in here. 102. And it says, in a form of astrology known as the Hooray, where the astrological chart is cast according to when the question is asked or decoded. The void of course, moon, means nothing will come of this matter or situation will bear no fruit. This may or may not be good news, depending on what you're asking. For example, if you're worried about something, whatever it is, this card can be taken as a sign that there is nothing to worry about. All right? Nothing to worry about. And so the chances of something are diminishing. Something better is just around the corner. Surrender to your divine and believe that you will get what you need. Take a time out, meditate, contemplate. I already said it too. Make sure you meditate. Make sure you just stay within yourself, okay? Stay within yourself and realize that everybody has your back. You got this, but you got to take the blindfold off in order to move forward. And the last one, expect powerful change. I love this card because when you talk about expecting some changes, that's the card that you want to have, the new moon eclipse, which pretty much talks about, I'm going to read it here. If you want affirmation that you can achieve your dreams and desires outcome in the situation you're asking about, then this is it. This is the card of beginnings, and there are powerful energies at work. But be prepared. It could be quite a ride. The events now could be jarring and uncomfortable. However, any new direction will almost lead to somewhere better than where you thought at the moment. Whatever is happening now is happening for a reason. So yes, 1,000 times. You're being pushed towards your life purpose, and whatever is happening now is happening for the highest good. So understand that this is all happening for the highest good. You have to realize in order to really shine, you got to push forward and take that blindfold off. It's time to move forward. It's time to start looking at your whole self, shine bright like the star, and really push forward and say, you know what? I'm amazing. I'm dope. I'm awesome. I'm with an amazing spiritual family with Dr. Empath. It's time to move forward and really, really push through. And so what I'm going to say is that I love you and I know you can shine. So it's time to just move forward. There's no blindfolds needed anymore. It's really time to start working within yourself and to do some more meditation so that way you can be more in line with yourself and really talk to God and really make sure that you're walking in your purpose. All right, so that is your reading for the month of April. And so now, peace and love to my Fluorite family. It's now to move on to number 3. All right, my spiritual family, it is time for my last group, the amazing Amethyst group, number 3. It is time to talk about what is your energy for the month of April. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling right. So let's start figuring out what is the energy for you. All right, so we're looking at right now the 9 of Cups. And so with the 9 of Cups, what that represents is really looking into the wish card. And so basically whatever wish that you're asking for, you're going to receive. If something that you've been looking into and thinking about you're wanting, this is the card that's letting you know that your wishes are about to come true. And so it's time to start having that good vibes and happy vibes because you are on your path to what you are looking to have. But you have to stay focused, making sure that you are, if you're going to wish those things, that you're doing the things that you need to do in order to receive them. And so looking at the 3 of Wands, the 3 of Wands also represents kind of walking through and expanding yourself. There's a lot of expansion going on. And so the plans that you put in motion are being pushed into fruition, okay? And so just keep in mind to stay flexible and open-minded to some of the things that come onto your road. So as you look here, you're walking towards the road and there's a door at the end, but you're having to realize that with that, there might be some things that are going to be in your way in a sense, but understand that you have to be open-minded to those things. Those things are there for a reason. And so make sure that you're following into your intuition as you're walking that path. And then looking at the Devil card, the Devil card is in reverse. And so when we look at the Devil card, it also kind of just represents really kind of looking at the things that are about to break through for you. So you're about to hit a spiritual breakthrough that is going to be beautiful and amazing. As we said, like you wished for something, there's something that you're looking for that you wanted. And so you're walking in that path. And what's going to happen is you're going to have a spiritual breakthrough because of it. All right, looking at the 9 of Pentacles, and then the 9 of Pentacles, that is a card that really basically represents having to work hard, and you've worked towards these things, but you're about to have some amazing things coming through for you. I guess that's the reason why I saw that beautiful energy. I was like, ooh, I feel good right now, you know? I feel like you guys have really done some digging and some things. You've shedded some things that just weren't serving you in the month of March. And so now you're into this feeling of like, okay, it's time to move forward and have some good vibes and some good energy. And so some of the things that you've been looking for, you are going to receive. And so looking at the 9 of Cups now, the 9 of Cups represents like also the wish card again. So like, look, you're wishing a lot right now. You're wishing a lot right now. And so basically what that's saying is that those wishes are coming true. Like, you really pushed through last month, man. Like, some of the things that you had to do, you worked through those things. And so now it's time to kind of almost celebrate those things. But with the 10 of Pentacles, what it's also saying is, when you look at the reverse of the 10 of Pentacles, that there is going to be a little bit of like a commitment, stability, and choices that need to be made, but you're kind of questioning those things. And so also realize too that because you're wishing things are going to come into your path, like I said before. And when those things come in your path, you have to start making some decisions. So just don't be afraid to make them. Just stay centered within yourself and stay within your intuition of making those decisions. And so looking at the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Swords kind of also just represents really kind of, like I said before, in some ways like making some action. And there is going to be a little bit of lack of clarity. And I think that's because you're kind of looking into like, okay, I have to make these decisions. Now I'm nervous. I've done a good job. I'm walking in the right path. And now you put this other stuff in front of me and I don't know what to do. No, you know what to do. You've been making decisions last month that has gotten you to where you are now. And so continue to stay centered, continue to stay in your alignment. If you need to do some cleansing, do some cleansing, but just stay centered. As long as you stay centered, you're going to make the right decision. So I know that there's going to be a little bit of lack of clarity, but don't be afraid and don't be nervous to make those decisions. And so when you look at the Hanged Man is actually in reverse actually. So when you look at the Hanged Man, you're kind of, it's interesting. Yeah, you're really kind of looking forward and asking yourself like, okay, now at this point, there's nothing to do but to cut yourself loose and move forward. Stop overthinking a little bit too. It seems like you're kind of overthinking some of your decisions, and this is going to tell you right now that the things that you wish for and the path that you're walking on is correct, but you're on your spiritual breakthrough. And when you think about spiritual breakthroughs, you think that it's going to be like, the birds come out chirping and the rainbow comes out and everything just feels so great. No, sometimes with your spiritual breakthrough, you're kind of having to make some decisions. And when you make those decisions, yeah, they're hard. Sometimes they feel unclear, but they are there for you. And so with the Sun card is kind of almost like reminding you that it's really going to happen. You just have to stay true to yourself. And if you stay true to yourself, you are going to be truly blessed. And then looking at the Emperor card is letting you know, like, dude, you're standing where you need to stand. You are in the path that you need to be on, but you just have to continue to be courageous, continue to stand in your truth, and just making sure that you're having that perfect balance and having that wisdom and being strong and remaining strong within yourself. Okay. The Heart card. The Heart card is a beautiful card. It's letting you know that there might be some, love and maybe within a partner, within someone you're in a relationship with or someone you're dating. It also can mean just love and connecting with a certain individual, of making sure that you know that you're loved and that people have your back and that you can get through any of these hard times that you did have and some of the obstacles that may come your way. You have people to support you in those things. And the Tower card. Don't feel like you're feeling alone. You're not alone in this. You're going to feel a little lonely because you're walking in your own path. And sometimes when you're walking in your own path, you're also realizing that it's a little lonely sometimes, but you're not alone at all. With the camel, trust that you have the resources to get through the challenges before you. And so once again, when you get to that path and you're walking that path to something beautiful, you have to remind yourself that like you have the resources, which is friends, which is family, which is people that have talked to you about these things. Utilize the people that are around you and trust that your instincts are to discern the truth of the situation. So once again, I said, follow your intuition, trust your instincts. Those are the things that you need to follow. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. I said, if you need to cleanse yourself, that's what staying grounded means too. Making sure that you are staying in alignment with yourself. If you stay in alignment with yourself, you'll be fine. You know what you need to do. You know the path that you need to take. The warrior woman, have you answered your deepest calling? And so as you're walking through this path and you're doing this beautiful spiritual breakthrough, those are the questions you need to ask yourself. Are you answering your deepest calling? Okay? Trust. Trust it. Trust the process. Trust what is within you. While your logical mind is distracting you, you also have to make sure that you are following your intuition. Vulnerability, man. Vulnerability is hard sometimes. But when it comes to being vulnerable, when you're vulnerable, it opens you up and it opens up your heart chakra. It allows you to really let yourself in and let other people in. So that way you can really experience the things that you need to experience in order to really follow your intuition and follow your higher self. If you're closing off that heart chakra, you're not staying aligned. All right, moving forward to the caregiver. We are with you, and the spirit has its own way of recognizing the care and love that you provide to others, especially at the end of their lives. Just as you receive care, the love at the start of your life, caregivers often focus their attention on their loved ones and often neglect their own concerns and well-being in the process. So also understand too, is like as you're giving to others, make sure that you're giving to yourself too. Making sure that you're staying aligned, making sure that you're cleansing your body. Don't tell other people to do it too. Making sure that you are really staying in line with yourself, so that way when it's time to make some serious decisions, you're not feeling clouded, you're not feeling unorganized, or feeling like you don't know where to turn. Luck is on your side. So the new moon in Sagittarius is basically letting you know that luck is on your side. You have nothing to worry about. You are walking in your path. You are walking in your journey. And so just to read it for you, we're going to look at it here. The new moon in Sag. Whatever is coming your way, it looks set to put a smile on your face. The new moon in Sagittarius can mark the restart of fun after a period of feeling low. The energy is adventurous and even willing to take a few risks. But be careful, you don't bet on the farm on something here, as the wheel of fortune is still spinning. This card is about exploring life metaphorically by exchanging big ideas with others, or just thinking about your own philosophies. So you need to laugh a little more. Don't be so narrow-minded. Remember how I talked about being open-minded, right? Making sure that you're open-minded, staying understanding, seeing things a little bit differently, and taking a step back and saying, okay, what does not serve me anymore? Ooh, that's a new idea, or oh, that's a new concept that I never thought about. Being open-minded to those things. And also, this is a wonderful time to start a course or study or teaching. Prosperity lies ahead. Remember how you kind of think about, okay, like prosperity, what does that mean for you? And so you have to look at yourself and say, okay, things are moving forward. Things are absolutely moving forward. It's just I have to remind myself that, as I move forward in this path, that things don't go exactly how you want it to be right in that moment, but things are going to happen for you. You just have to stay within yourself and remind yourself that as you continue to move forward, that if you stay open-minded, other amazing, prosperous things start coming your way. And so this card will often come up when you're inquiring about a financial matter or when you're doubting your self-worth. The card suggests that you have what you want, including material things, but you must believe in yourself. So making sure that you believe in yourself and making sure that you're saying, okay, I know that I can have whatever I want. And so it's also saying that the Taurus is associated with luxurious Venus, and this card holds the new moon energy. So now's a good time to make a 12-month financial plan. So this card also signals the start of new relationship or sexier times. So if you've been wrestling with something for a long time, the new moon energy is sturdy enough to tell you not to give up just yet. You will soon be able to afford the things that you've been dreaming of, getting clear on what you value most, and take some time out to pamper yourself. All right, so this energy that you have going right now is so beautiful. It really, really is. And so just remember to take a step back, walk in your path, know that you're walking the right path, and just tell yourself, like, you got it. You're following into your intuition, and when things come your way, you know how to kind of move past it, push through it, or take it, be open-minded to it, and move forward. But anybody who did choose this amethyst, so my amethyst family, you guys are on a really, really amazing path in the month of April. Don't give up. Make sure that you're realizing that you are beautiful from the inside out and that you got this. All right, so with that being said, that was for my amethyst family, group number 3. It is now time to say goodbye and see you later for my next week of my pick a card readings. If you have any questions, comments, please write them down, type them up, send it right below. I would love to hear from you all. I want to know all the amazing things that came into fruition for you. I want to know how this has affected you and if it's helped you in any way. I really love getting to know every single one of you. And so please make sure you comment. I want to get to know you all. If you also want your own reading, please check out my website, www.Empath333.com. And so I do readings. I also do healings, remote healings. And so even if you're far away, I can also do healings to kind of get your chakras in order if you're feeling a little off, and just really help you just become alignment. Like I said, this channel is just for those individuals who are really trying to stay in alignment with themselves, stay connected to their higher self, get connected with God, and just really vibe high. And so once again, if you are looking for just a reading for yourself, if you have just some questions that you just really need answers to, please check out my website and schedule an appointment. And if you're looking to just do some healings, also please just check out my website and just schedule an appointment. As always, love and light always. See you soon.